Hello everyone. Today we will be looking at the second part of convolution neural network. We had already seen in the introduction some problems which are faced by artificial neural networks which are handled by convolution neural networks, their advantages and also the basic convolution step. Today we will go further into CNN. So this will be the content. First we'll do a quick recap of the convolution step. Then in the earlier presentation we had seen the convolution just for black and white images. Here we will see convolution of RGB images. We will also see convolution using multiple filters. We will look at pooling layers, different layers in convolution network, and finally we will look at a standard convolution network architecture which is the LeNet5. So let us recap the convolution step. So you might remember that we first take this filter, place it here, and then multiply the corresponding terms. So 1 is multiplied with 1, 2 with 0, 0 with -1, and so on. And then we add all of the elements, and then we add up all of the elements and then place it in the first cell here. Similarly, we then move the filter one step, then do the same calculations and place it here. Similarly, we keep on doing this and fill this 2D matrix. Now let us see how convolution is done on an RGB image. Suppose we have a n into n input size having 3 layers. So this one corresponds, top one is the red one, middle one is green, and the last one is blue. Since we have 3 such channels, so 3 is known as the number of channels, this is 3, and the number of channels here would be same as the number here. So this is the number of filters stacked on top of each other, and all of these would have the same size, which is f. So we have 3 input layers and 3 filters. So what we do is take this topmost input layer, we take this topmost filter, and then we perform the convolution. So we take this filter and we place it over here, and we do all the convolution step, and we get one number. Let us suppose it is R. Let us suppose that is R. And next what we do is take this filter, place it on the green layer. So I am replacing it on the green layer, not on the red one, and we get G after doing the convolution. And similarly we do for this last filter, we take this last layer and correspondingly we do all the calculations, and we get a single number, which is, suppose it is B. Finally what we do is add up all these 3 numbers and then place it in the first block here. Then we move the filter one step, as we always do. We move the filter over here for this filter. Then we again find R. We take the next layer and the next filter, move the filter one step, and then calculate B. Similarly calculate G and B, and then we add up all of these and place it here, and we keep on doing all of these till this complete matrix is filled. So this is how we do convolution on RGB image. One important point to remember here is that the number of channels in the input layer, which is 3, should be the same as the number of filters we are using. This is not the number of filters, but actually the number of channels in the filter. Then only the convolution would be possible. Next we will look at convolution on RGB images using multiple filters. It is not always necessary that we use just one filter. We can have 2 or 3 or as many filters as we want. So for this we are applying 2 filters. So this is the input size n into n, and 3 is the number of channels, and corresponding to this 3 we should have similar number of channels here and here as well, and the filter size is f. Here also filter size is f. So first if we take this filter, we'll get one output layer. We'll get one output layer corresponding to this one. And how we get this one corresponding layer, it was discussed in the previous slide. So same things has to be done here. Next we take this filter and again convolve it with these 3 input layers, and we get one more 2D matrix. Next what we do is stack both of these, which is shown here. We stack both of these and we get our output like this. So now let us look at the matrix sizes. So our input is n cross n, number of channels 3, filter size is f cross f, and number of channels has to be 3, which should be the same as the number of channels in the input, and this filter also has similar size. So the output, this formula was discussed in the last presentation, n minus f plus 1, and height and width are same, and 2 is because we have 2 filters, and if we keep on increasing the number of filters 3, 4 and 5, this number would keep on increasing. So we have seen how we do convolution on RGB images, and also how we use multiple filters in just a single layer. Next we will look at what max pooling is. So max pooling, this is our input matrix, and what max pooling is we take our filter. If our filter size is 2, we place it here and then look at the maximum element. It is 4, we place 4 over here. Next we move our filter one step, we move it one step here, then look what is the maximum element. You can find that it is 8, so we write 8 here. Similarly then we move it here, the maximum is 4, and then in this case the maximum is 9. Notice here one thing, that we are taking a stride of 2. Generally we do that in max pooling, we take a stride of 2. So this is our output matrix. Similarly here we have average pooling. You can understand what this will do. We put the filter here, take the average of all of these numbers. So whatever the average is, we place it here, then we take a stride of 2, put the filter here, and then take average of all of these, and similarly here, and we fill it here. So this was average pooling and max pooling. Types of layers in convolution network. The first type of layer we had seen was the convolution layer, and you have seen all the steps we need to find. We had also seen the pooling layer, the max pooling and the average pooling. There is a third kind of layer, which is the fully connected layer. It is the same thing which we had done in the artificial neural network. So we have we'll see with the help of a architecture the fully connected layer, but it is the same thing as it was in the artificial neural network. Okay, lastly we will look at a neural network example, which is the LeNet 5. This is a very famous architecture. So here the input size is 32 cross 32 cross 3. I have not drawn the multiple channels since it would be easier to represent. We pass it through a convolution layer, so filter size 5, stride is 1, and you can calculate the output size, which is 28 cross 6, and 6 is because we have used 6 filters. Then we have a pooling layer. We generally use max pooling, average pooling is very less used. Filter size 5 and stride we take 1, so we get the output as 14 cross 6. Then again we have a convolution layer. The size is reduced to 10 plus 10 plus 16, and you can see that the number of filters would be 16. And then we again do a this max pooling. The size reduces to 5 plus 5 plus 16. Next we change this into a fully connected layer. So what that means is, since we have 5 into 5 into 16 points here, we unroll all of them and stack it in a single layer like this. So we have stacked all of those. So 5 into 5 into 16 is 400. So we have 400 items here. I've just shown here just 4, but actually that is 400. So you can see that this is a similar structure to what our artificial neural network was. Next we connect this 400 layer with this 120 layer. So this connection is the same as the artificial neural network one. So this one goes to all of these, and this one also goes to all of these, and the structure is the same as it was in the previous neural network. So this kind of connection is known as a fully connected layer. This was I was talking about in the previous slide. Next we connected with a layer of 84 size, and finally we have our output. And if we are doing a binary classification, then it would be a single neuron. If we have multi-class classification, then we'll use a softmax function, which we had seen in the previous presentations. So if we have 10 classifications, then the output would be of size 10. Okay, so this was the end of convolution neural network. We'll summarize it. In this presentation we had recollected what the convolution step was. We had seen convolution on RGB images, convolution using multiple filters. We had seen max pooling and average pooling. We had seen the 3 different kinds of convolutional different layers in convolution network. First one is the convolution layer, next is the pooling layer, and the third one is the fully connected layer. And finally we had seen standard architecture of a convolution neural network, which is the LeNet 5. So I hope you have understood convolution neural network. Thank you.